Welcome to Wednesdays with EWAT. This is Shanti Kumaraswamy Street, your business English trainer, calling from Milan, Italy today. I'm in sunny, beautiful Milan, and I am here. It is 4 o'clock. I hope you can see me live. And we are at lesson 38 of Wednesdays with English with a Twist, otherwise known as EWAT. Hello Ravi, lovely to see you. And tell me where you're from, what time you're at. Are you in India? Where are you? Let me know. Okay, I'm going to swipe here because you remember this sort of, everything is a bit new now. With Facebook on the live stream. So it's been 2 weeks. It's been too long. I haven't seen you all in a while. How you been doing? What have you been up to? As I said to you, I'm in Milan. I'm here to be with my mom, and she recently had a partial knee replacement, and so I'm here for another 2 weeks. I've already been here 2 weeks, and mom is in hospital. She's doing very well. She's now in the rehabilitation unit, and she is progressing extremely well. So I'm here in between doing my online coaching program, which I've got a very intensive 6-week program with a company here in Italy, but it's all online. Plus everything else I do for not Wednesdays with EWAT, not just that, for English with a Twist. So I'm delighted you're here, and I am now going to just refresh my Facebook page so I can get to see any comments any of you make. So the background here to this this room is totally different. We're in one of my mother's rooms, and it's lovely. It's got that oriental look with the fan, and I just love it. So let me just see, where's everybody? How is everyone doing? Today it's a beautiful day in Milan, as I was saying. So I think after this class I'll be going for a nice run. Short one, not too long, don't want to get too much. So Rebas, hi. Gabriela, lovely to see you. Gabriela from Argentina. Ravi, I'm very well, thank you. How about you? And yeah, so as people come along, I'll be looking into the comments box and sharing. So please keep bringing your comments in and sharing with me. So we are lesson 38. I remember it's just under a year ago that I started this series, Wednesdays with EWAT, and I've had some gaps, but it's been good, and I'd love to know what you think about these opportunities to interact with me through the live chat box. And I can see Genevieve is coming in, so hi. You're in KL. Rakesh, hello. Maria Rosaria, hi, ciao. Italian? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so today what are we going to be talking about in this lesson 38? We are going to be talking stress, as I said to you. So it's going to be fun. We're not going to just be completely stressed out, but it's something that we all have to live with. And I thought, well, we might as well talk about it in English. So how are you feeling at the moment? I'd like to ask you in the chat box, how are you feeling today? Today's Wednesday, midweek for most of us. How's the week going? How's your year been going? Are you just coming back from a nice long break in the summer? And have you already started work and you're already stressed? I met a fellow teacher last night here in Milan. We went out for supper, and she was telling me she'd only just started the school year and she was already feeling stressed out. So how about you? Are you feeling stressed? Share with me, tell me, and I'd love to know. Now the thing is, with stress, I'm sure you see lots of books and blog posts about how we should be managing our stress, how we can de-stress. People say that we do need a certain amount of stress in our lives because it keeps us alert, and our bodies do need some amount of stress. If we're too relaxed, too de-stressed, we're in danger of not getting anything done. Getting our work done, getting things in our lives done. So it's useful to have a little amount of stress. Having said all that, of course, if we are too stressed out, this can cause the opposite effect, can't it? You become underproductive, because maybe if you get too stressed, it starts causing problems mentally for you. You find it difficult to sleep, you find it difficult to concentrate. Some people start getting problems with their health. Maybe they start to exercise less. They can't find time to relax. There are very difficult ways to unwind. Now, the word we use in English to relax is also another word, is to unwind. Come at the end of the day. How do you, what relaxation methods do you have? I'd love you to share with me in the chat box. How do you unwind? How do you relax at the end of your day, at the end of the working week? What do you do to unwind? Share with me, please. So I'd love you to tell me that. So for me, I find the best way for me to relax is often just maybe chilling out. Oh, chilling out, that's another good word. I'm just going to write that down for you. So we have lots of words in chilling out, relaxing, unwinding, and I'm going to put these all in the chat box. Unwinding. I find sometimes just, I don't know, I like to, it sounds terrible really, because I like to, at the end of the evening, to maybe watch a movie on Netflix, Amazon Prime. I don't know, I just like to chill and relax that way. A good book allows me to also relax. I find that very relaxing. More often than not, I find I need to also take some time out, maybe to go for a short walk, sometimes for a short run. So, most of you know that I go running, so I like to do that. I don't, it's not to compete hard, but it's just to go for a gentle jog, gentle run. I find myself feeling very energized when I come back from my run. So let me ask you, how do you relax? How do you, when do you find time to relax? When do you have time to de-stress? Share with me in the comments box. I'd love to see. So I'm going to maybe refresh my page and see who else is sharing in, because I'd love to know what you think. Okay. So I promised you today in this class, we were going to talk about stress. So how to de-stress, how much stress is a good thing in our lives, and when does stress become too much, and then it becomes really difficult to manage. So the words we use in English often are manage our stress, and let me just look. I was just sort of looking at how you deal with stress. So different people have different ways of managing stress. Some people meditate. You probably are someone who meditates. Some people practice mindfulness. And mindfulness is, I think, a way where people just concentrate on one thing. So clearing their mind of all the noise that we have in our lives. Other ways, perhaps people take regular time off. And I think it's important. I know that a lot of business people I work with and I coach, often they work very long hours, 9, 10, 12 hours a day. And I often wonder to myself, how do they de-stress? How do they relax? How do they take time out, time off to just clear their mind? Because also the world of social media sometimes does not really help us to de-stress, because there's just so much going on. There's always so much happening that you never have time to just zone out and just think about nothing in particular. I know any of you have some great tips. Maria Rosaria, you're saying you like reading. Great. What do you read? Do you read easy reading books? I like sometimes to read, you know, when I was younger, I used to read literature, quite heavy books. Now, I find that as I'm getting older and I'm getting busier and busier, and I use my brain a lot during my work, that I need something that's an easy read. So I could be something like a thriller, a crime novel. So there's a lot of dialogue in that book and I can just follow it easily. For you as English language learners, sometimes when I say to my clients, read more, you know, you're in busy lifestyles. How do you read? How do you get the chance to relax at the same time as practice your English? And I always say, find something you enjoy and try and do it in English. So that way you, it doesn't feel like it's hard work. And maybe if you like reading, then find something that you enjoy and read it for pleasure. So that could be good. Rebeth, you say, I relax when the weather is cool. Yes, depending on where you are, it's easier to relax when it's less hot. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't have that problem in England. You know, it's never that hot for me to have a problem relaxing. Okay, so they're very, you know, so some people like to take a break from their regular routine. So some people take regular time off. I find that when I'm working during the day and I'm doing a lot of concentration work, I'll take short times off from my desk. I'll walk away from it, relax, try and do something different, just to take my mind away from what I'm doing. Some people take breaks from social media, away from their smartphones, just so that they're not constantly, you know, their mind is constantly ticking. Okay, so we've done a lot of stress. How we manage stress, I'd love to know. Music, Pooja, you're saying music, it's a wonderful way to relax. Yes, great. Mohammed says, I like football. So you play football. That's a great way. Music is wonderful. What sort of music, Pooja, do you like listening to? I like classical music. I also, funnily enough, like the spoken word on radio. So I'll write it here in the chat box. Spoken word. The spoken word. Now, we're very lucky with the BBC. I am a huge fan of BBC Radio 4. We have a lot of interesting programs and I like the spoken word. Why? I find the spoken word is very soothing. And you know, when you're listening to soothing language, spoken language, and often as I'm working, I'll listen to something. And I don't have to be concentrating on what they're saying. It's zoning in and zoning out. And I think also, again, if you're looking to practice your English, listening to the spoken word in English is a very soothing way of relaxing at the same time as practicing, getting good listening practice. And as I say, you don't have to be concentrating on everything they say, but your brain and your ears will automatically be absorbing that language as you do something else. And it's a very soothing way of passing your time. I love it. So Fatih, you're saying definitely by doing sports, swimming, aerobics, jogging, the Nordic Walk. Yes, I've heard of the Nordic Walk. That's with the sticks, right? You have the sticks and you go walking. And then I think that helps you also with your posture. Nordic walking, I've heard of that. And also listening to soft, relaxing music. And I like doing nothing, just lying, resting, and having a nap. Hey, I'm a great fan of having naps. Fatih, I am totally with you on that one. Because it's wonderful to just have quick naps. I have always been a great supporter of naps. We talk about, many people talk about the 20-minute nap, the power napping. And I think it's important. There are moments when I feel really energized after a 20-minute power nap. People say not more than 30 minutes should help us. And I think that re-energizes you. And yeah, and lying and doing nothing. Fatih, I still have to learn how to do that, you know, because I always feel guilty. I don't know what that is all about. You know, when I sit there and I just am not doing anything. But yes, sports is great. And as I say, Sometimes I go for my gentle jog. In fact, after this class, I'm going to be going for a gentle jog, because also today is a beautiful blue sky day, really warm here in Milan. And I found running in Milan super easy compared to at home, because it's really flat. So I feel like I'm a real Olympian, you know, I'm just like this marathon runner. I've got so much energy. Now that I said that, I'm probably going to struggle after this class to go for my run, but let's try, okay? And I find it, and that there are times though, don't you find that when you think, I'm so stressed, I'm so tired, really the last thing I want to do is go for a run or go for a walk or get some exercise. And yet when I make myself go and I do it, I come back feeling so good about it. You know, there are moments when I'm running and I'm thinking, God, I'm hating every minute of this. But afterwards, I feel really good. And so I always have to remind myself, I don't know whether you find the same, is to just remind yourself how you felt and then just push yourself to do it. Fatih, you're saying quick nap. Oh no, Pooja is saying quick naps do wonders. Absolutely, I'm totally in agreement here. Rebat, there are many ways to relaxing. Sports or helping other people, for example. Okay, helping other people, it can be relaxing. I think more purely because you feel good about it, don't you? There's a good feeling you have, and great. Now, I don't know whether I have a little small confession to make, and my mother always teases me. Another way I like to relax and to de-stress is actually doing my nails. Now, one of my lovely EWATers here on Welcome with Wednesdays with EWAT, Genevieve, commented very kindly on my nails, and she said, oh, I really like your nails. And it's always been something I've always done, which is my nails, and I find it really relaxing, and I do them myself. So I'll listen maybe to a podcast or a program on the radio whilst I'm doing them. And that's a great way to relax. My mother always teases me, she goes, oh, you're always doing your nails? I said, no, Mom, I only do it once a week, but it's my way to relax. So, hey, whatever suits us, right? Now, because this is an English class, we are talking Wednesdays with English with a twist. And don't forget, we are talking about business English. So we are here, English EWATers are professionals like yourself looking to become more confident, more effective when communicating in English. So I hope you are all on the same page, to use an idiomatic expression, where you're looking to communicate better, more effectively in English for your work. And more importantly, for you to finally feel equal to your English speaking colleagues. This is something that I found, and you probably have noticed in I've changed my web page, my home page for English with a twist. A lot of my clients who feel very much unequal to their English speaking colleagues and clients, and they can do their job really well, but they feel they're at a disadvantage because of what they think are their poor English skills. And this is what English with a twist is all about. It's all about empowering you to feel equal, to feel strong, to feel powerful with your English at your level, and to look to improve, of course. I just recently took on a new business coaching client, and she was telling me exactly this. She said to me, Shanti, she's been doing her job for 15 years. She's an expert in logistics. She knows her job inside out. The trouble is now there's a division in their company that has been taken over by another French company. So the conversation, the communication, and the project overseeing this change in management is all going to be done in English. And she is petrified because she feels that because of her poor English language skills, or her perception is that she feels that she's not able to do her job suddenly. And I think, no, hold on, you're an expert. And also the people you're going to be dealing with are not necessarily going to be better at English than you. So what you need are the tools to make yourself feel good about yourself. And that's what I'm here to do. It's not about having that perfect English. It's about feeling confident that you are very good at what you do. All you need is to find the way to communicate your expertise in English in a way that you are understood and that you understand the others. So there are ways, and it's not about having perfect grammar, perfect English. So this is what English with a Twist is about. I just wanted to interrupt my flow on stress to say exactly what we're here for. And together as a community, that's what I want you to do, is to work towards feeling empowered and feeling equal. Because in your jobs, you guys, in your language, you do it perfectly. Let's get it to that same level in English, but you don't have to be perfect in English to do that. And I have plenty of examples where people have been very successful in communicating well and effectively in English. So that's what English with a Twist is. So if you haven't joined the EWAT community yet, I would recommend, in fact, stress and tell you, you should join the EWAT community today. So that will be your sign up that you've got to do at the end of this class. Okay, so that was my little bit. It's really important for me to grow this community because I think that is the way all of you can feel better about yourselves and about your English. Okay, let's go back to stress. Okay, so I don't want you to feel stressed. This is all about, because this whole idea of not feeling equal creates stress and it just adds to it. So that's what I want you to do. Good. Fatih, you also say cooking is another way to combat stress. You're right. Fatih, I love cooking. I didn't when I was younger, but now I find that really a great way to relax, especially the weekends. If I've got time, or even in the week, I will put some time and I think, no, I want to eat well, I want to cook, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to make that time to put it aside and do it. So yeah, it's a great way. Sometimes talking to old wise people makes us feel happy and relaxed. Yes, older people have a lot to offer us, and you know, we mustn't dismiss them. I have to say there are also older people who, you know, I don't really want to talk to, because maybe they're not really nice people. You know, older people doesn't necessarily mean they're nice people and always wiser, but yes, let's listen to them. Let's find out. And also I love going to the theater, going to the cinema, or even just having some time watching Netflix and just having that moment to just learn something new. In fact, this week, in the last 2 weeks, I've been in Italy, and Netflix, I think it's, you know, incredible. They've obviously worked out that I'm in Italy, and I've started getting loads of Italian films on my watch list. You know, they're sort of promoting suggestions. Why don't you watch this? And so I thought, great, I never get a chance to watch my Italian movies. So I've been watching them, and it's perfect because they're not, they don't have the subtitles, because you're assuming I'm in Italy, so I'm Italian, I'm not going to have that. And it was perfect. And the surreal moment I had the other day was watching a French movie called Intouchable in French, with Italian subtitles. Perfect. I got to practice my French, and I just had to follow it. Occasionally when I couldn't find it, you know, I couldn't follow it, I just had to follow my Italian. So there we go. Practicing my French and practicing my Italian. Double whammy there. Okay, I promised you some expressions and idiomatic expressions that we use in English when we are talking about stress. So let's go. We have 10 here. Let me see. Italian is a great example. Learning a new foreign language is one of the most relaxing experiences for me. Paco, really? Okay, fantastic. Because maybe you can share how it's relaxing. Because for most of my clients, it ends up being such a stressful situation, particularly English. Because I find that English is associated with their work, with their profession, with the need to excel in their work. And that causes that extra stress. So if we can minimize that stress, that really helps. And that's what I try and find ways to do that with my clients. Playing hard. Oh, Fatih is saying playing and laughing with kids and babies is an excellent therapy against. Fatih, you're a treasure trove of lots of relaxation tips. You need to write a post for EWAT to share with us on how to manage stress. This sounds great. Thank you so much. Keep them coming. I'm loving this. And anyone else, please feel free to share in this lesson. Okay, those 10 idioms and expressions we have in English. You've probably heard them, you know, sometime. But let's go for it. I've got them all on my iPad here because I can't remember everything. No. Okay, here are some 10 expressions you will hear when we are related to stress, okay? So we're talking about where people are feeling particularly stressful. So the first expression will be when you have a lot on your plate. So I'm going to write this down in the chat box. To have a lot on your plate. To have a lot on your plate. So it's an idiomatic expression. And we would normally say, you know, I'm just feeling so stressed at the moment because I have a lot on my plate. Which means, in other words, it's you have a lot to do. You have a lot, maybe you've got a lot going on at work. There are a lot of projects, a lot of deadlines, and it all becomes overwhelming, you know, and it can get very stressful. So when you have a lot of on your plate, it means you have a lot of things to do. You are just, you know, every day is just an incredibly busy. You start from, you know, first thing in the morning to last thing at night, and it's just a lot. So you have a lot on your plate. I just have a lot on my plate. I'm really sorry. The next one is, now obviously when people feel stressed, some people deal with stress in different ways. And one of the main things, I think, when we are stressed, I'm sure you've had that when you felt stressed out and it's a stressful day, is that you will get angry. Yeah, we get angry. And we could snap someone's head off. So this is the next one, is snap someone's, I'm going to try and get this all, head off. Don't worry if you can't get all these. I will be sharing the post that relates to this class later. To snap someone's head off. To snap is to break. So it's an idiomatic expression. If you're snapping at someone's head off, means you lose your temper, you get angry with them. So imagine you're at work and somebody might have done something which is not really important, but because you're so stressed out, you just lose your temper and shout at them. Or we have this as parents, don't we? If you've had a stressful day at work and you come home and your children are misbehaving and you just snap at them. You snap someone's head off. So in work, you just snap someone's head off. God, okay, they snapped my head off. And you just think, I don't know what's wrong with them, but he just snapped my head off. Yeah, so that's, you know, there's no need to snap my head off. Okay, sorry, I was just asking. You know, maybe you're doing something and your colleague comes up to you and says, that report I was waiting for, do you think you'll could you have it ready by this afternoon? Yes, all right, fine, okay, I will get it done. Yo, really no need to snap my head off. Jeez, I was only asking. So, but you're stressed and you're like, just leave me alone. So that's your idiomatic expression. Fatih, you don't have a lot on your plate since you retired? Oh, okay, but listen, you know what? There are a lot of retired people that I find who are busier now than when they were working. But good for you. Enjoy. Oh, Gabriela, I'm so sorry you have to leave now. You two have a great week. See you next week. Take care, Gabriela. Thanks very much for signing in. Okay, now number 3, again, related to when you get angry and you're really stressed out. And one of the expressions we have would be, he or she gets on my nerves. I think that's quite a common expression because we have that also in Italian. So she or he gets on my nerves. Gets on my nerves. And you know, particularly if you're feeling stressed and maybe there's someone who's just irritating you. And so an idiomatic expression, he gets on my nerves. Just wish you'd just go away. All right, okay, sorry. Yeah, can happen, right? And do you have a similar expression in your own language about that? So it gets on my nerves. I just wish you'd just leave me alone. When someone is talking so much, that could probably get you on your nerves, Ribath. But you're going to snap their head off. Yeah, if they're talking too much, then you just get angry, you lose your temper, and then you snap their head off. Yeah, so yes, or they get on your nerves when they keep talking or they keep doing something. Another one, if it's not getting them, they don't get on your nerves, then they could drive you crazy. Oh, he just drives me crazy with his endless questions, endless talk. So to drive someone crazy, or to drive you crazy, yeah, it just drives me crazy. Oh, it just drives me crazy. Another one is drives me nuts. Drives me nuts. Now, you don't have to use all these expressions, but you might hear them if you're watching a movie, you're watching a television program, or you could just hear someone just getting very irritated, and it just drives me nuts. You know, or sometimes, you know, imagine that you live with someone who is very untidy. They never put their things away. Everything is always a mess around you. And it just drives you nuts. Can you please put things away? Yeah, I remember my mom, you know, when we were growing up, she likes a lot of order. And, you know, if we didn't put our things away, she would get angry with us. So, and especially if you're stressed, that can really annoy you. Drives me nuts. So another one is when you're really cross with someone, really, I've had it up to here. So I've had it up to here. Some people say have it up to their neck. I've had it up to, so it's just I've had it up to here with him. Enough. So I've had it up to here with your complaints, you know, so we can talk about with your complaints, with your whatever you're talking about. So I've had it up to here. That's your expression in English. So I don't know, guys. So have you got, you know, and that's it. They talk, we often say, I've had it up to here. It's almost because it's been building, and then enough, stop. I've had it up to here. No more. I can't do this anymore. So I've had it up to here with your complaints, or, you know, so we often talk about that. And a lot of these expressions that I'm sharing with you, of course, we won't put it necessarily in writing, okay? Don't put it in writing unless you are talking to a friend and you know, but it's often used in spoken English, in spoken language, because you're talking to people and then you listen and you might hear someone say that, you know, I've had it up to here. I just don't want, I've had enough. So another one's also, I've had enough. And you know, you just don't want to. So you've had it up to here. Another expression is, oh, you know, maybe you're really stressed out. Maybe you're having a really difficult week. You've had a lot of deadlines to meet and you've been working solidly 10 hours every day. And you get to the end of the week and your head is about to explode. My head is about to explode. Yeah, so that's it. My head is about to explode. Ever get that when your head is about to explode? It could be that you're just working so much, or one day you just work and you just think, oh, if I don't take a break now, my head is going to explode. And that's what happens, right? And then you just think, okay, I need to take some time out. I've got to go out, get some fresh air, go for a walk, you know, put some music on, because your head is about to explode. You probably have very similar expressions in your own language. So that's another one. So we have got to idiom number 6. So we've had quite a few. And number 7, we're looking at, I can't take it anymore. So that's another expression. I can't take it anymore. Again, another idiomatic expression, when you just can't take it. You know, sometimes, you know, in our working life, maybe there's been too much strain, there's been too much pressure on you. Maybe people, you know, I'm dealing at the moment with a company, and I'm doing a 6-week online course with them, and for the management board, members of the management board, and they work very, very long hours. And when I ask them, wow, why do you all work such long hours? Often they say it's because they don't have enough people to do the work. And I'm sure, and that is a reality in a lot of companies, where people have been made redundant, people have lost their jobs, and the people who remain end up working more because they're having to work for 2 people. Maybe you've had maybe you've had a colleague who's off sick or who's on holiday, and you have to do also their work. So the workload doubles and it gets too much. And so you get to the end and you're just saying, I can't take it anymore. I really cannot. Or maybe you've had pressure, or you have a boss that you don't like, you know, sort of, it's been a lot of pressure with your boss and you just can't take the stress anymore. So you will just say to yourself or to someone, I just can't take it anymore. I need a break. I need to walk away from this. I need to do something else. So again, that's an expression you would use. I hope this is not the same for you. Yeah, there are expressions that also used to express anger. Yes, I can't take it anymore. You could say it as in anger, and it could also be in frustration, Farah, you know, sort of, not always are we angry. It could just be, oh, you know, I just can't. I'm tired, I'm exhausted, and that adds to the stress of our lives. You also could have, now we're looking at idiomatic expression number 8. Maybe you're stressed out, maybe you're distracted, you're unable to concentrate at work. You know, you find things a bit harder. And an expression that we use often, you know, maybe someone says to you, are you okay? You know, you're not feeling good, or you're making mistakes in your work. And you could just say, well, yeah, I've had a lot on my mind. So to have a lot on your mind. So it means that you've been worrying a lot. To have a lot on your mind, to have a lot on your mind means that you've had a lot of worry. You're worrying a lot. Now, have a lot on your plate means you have a lot to do. I have a lot on my plate. That could also mean that you have a lot on your mind, because it's related, right? If you have a lot to do, it also makes you worried. But when we have a lot on our mind, it could also be that it's because you're worrying. So sometimes we have a lot on our mind, we're worrying about things that causes stress. That could mean that we could react angrily to something. We could snap someone's head off, you know, because we can react very quickly. When normally we'd be fine, but at that moment, it's just too much. So, you know, so those are all the different situations that, you know, that can cause a lot of stress. So you have a lot on your mind. Okay, Rebus, not that you can wait anymore, that you can't take it anymore. Oh, when someone lies to you about at work, okay, yeah, you can't take it anymore. When you can't deal, you know, you can't take whatever has been causing the stress, and then you can't take it anymore. Not that you can't wait, you can't take it anymore. So make sure you just get that idiomatic expression correct. Okay, you can't take, and so if you have had a lot on your mind, maybe you've been worrying. Another expression we have, which is expression number 9, is you've not been feeling yourself. I've not been feeling myself lately. So recently, I have not been feeling myself. So I've not been feeling myself. Are you all right? You know, you've been really on edge, maybe you've been snapping people's head off. Yeah, so you're very impatient. Everybody's, for the slightest thing, you snap someone's head off. And it's not you, it's not normal. It's not something that you normally do. Your colleagues are not used to how you're behaving. So you might give a reason of saying, I've not been feeling myself recently. You're not feeling yourself means you're not feeling your normal self. This is not you. And there could be all sorts of reasons, right? There could be that you're worrying about something. It could be maybe, I don't know, you're expecting some health tests. You had some tests on your health, or you're worrying about a friend, a family friend, a family, or you're just not feeling yourself. You're just not feeling so good. Maybe you're not feeling well. You're not feeling very strong, healthy. All sorts of reasons we have in our lives, right? There are ups and downs in our lives, and that's what we would say. So I'm not feeling myself. I'm really sorry. Don't worry, it will pass. But, please, just have a bit of patience. I will be okay soon. We all have our good days and our bad days, and we need to communicate that with people so they understand that this is not a normal situation for you. Well, hopefully not. Keiko, you're saying your mind is lingering? What do you mean your mind is lingering? You have a lot on your mind. Farah said to have a lot on your mind. Well, it could be pressure. You could have a lot. But when you have a lot on your mind, there are a lot of problems you have. There are a lot of issues you're thinking about. There are a lot of things that you're thinking about. Maybe you have stresses at home. Maybe you've got stresses at work. Maybe there are other things that are worrying you. So when you have a lot, there are a lot of thoughts in your mind, thought of worries that you have. So that's when you have a lot on your mind. And, hopefully they go, but you don't want, hopefully they're not going to be forever. But there are going to be moments when you have a lot. And so that moment is when our ability to cope with stressful situations is less. We just can't cope that well. Other times we can when we're feeling good. Maybe because also you're worrying about things, you have a lot on your mind. It means that you're not sleeping well. I don't know about you, but I need sleep. If I don't get much sleep, I find that I cannot cope with a lot of situations, and that makes it difficult. And so then what happens is I become irritable, and I'll snap someone's head off very easily. And people will go, okay, I'm just going to leave her alone because she's feeling stressed out. So that's it. It's not so much your mind is lingering, your mind is worrying about things. And that's what we mean. And finally, if it's really stressful, then you just think, I can't stand it. So a bit like, I can't take it anymore. You just can't stand it. I just can't stand the situation. So another expression is, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. So another expression you will hear maybe is, I can't stand it anymore. Enough. Finish. I'm not going to accept this situation anymore. I'm off. So that's another expression. So lots of expressions that we've looked at today. We've looked at also relaxation techniques. How many of you have given me some excellent ideas on how we find ways to manage our stress, to deal with stress, to overcome our stress. So a lot of language that we use with stress. Ways to de-stress, to unwind, to chill out, to relax. Lots of ways that we find, and if you look at different people have different techniques to do that. Then we have these expressions that we use in English and in all sorts of other in all our languages to talk about stress and the way we use it. And we have those idiomatic expressions. So let's recap these 10 expressions. The first one we looked at was when you have a lot on your plate, when you have a lot to do. And that could be good, but that can also sometimes cause a lot of stress. And when you have a lot of stress, you have a lot to do, you can easily become angry, and it can cause you to lose your temper very quickly, makes you irritated. So what happens is that you can easily snap someone's head off. So snap someone's head off. Oh, okay, I only asked you one question. No need to snap my head off. Well, at that moment, you just can't deal with it. Angry. Or that person really just gets on your nerves. Yeah, they just get on your nerves. Really, because maybe normally you're okay, you're happy, you've had a good night's rest, you're feeling good, you just come back from holiday, you know, everything's feeling good, and you can deal with them. Then there are those days when you just can't deal with that person and they get on your nerves. Or they drive you crazy. They drive you nuts. I'm sorry if you can hear a lot of traffic, but my mom lives in the center of Milan, so we get a lot of traffic. Very different from when I live in London. So they drive you nuts. They drive you crazy. So that's what you can. Or you say to someone, if you've had a lot of work done, had a lot to do, and you're really angry, and you go, listen, I've had it up to here. Enough with your nonsense, with your complaints. I've had it up to here. Stop. Okay, fine. I'm so sorry. Or you are so tired. You've done so much work that your head is about to explode. You know, just had too much information coming in. You've had too many deadlines to meet, and your head is about to explode. Right. Or you just can't take it anymore. Yeah, you know, I just can't take it anymore. I've got to get out of here. Maybe you're working and suddenly you realize it's 8 o'clock in the evening. You've been in the office since 8 o'clock this morning. 12 hours. Enough. I can't take it anymore. I've got to get out of here. Basta, finito. Let's go. Oh, basta, finito. Sorry, that's Italian. Or you've got a lot on your mind. You have a lot on your mind. You're worrying a lot about things, and that can cause stress. Yeah, you have a lot because maybe there are problems that are not so easy to solve. There are ongoing problems, and, you know, that just, you know, sits in your mind, and it keeps going round and round. So you have a lot on your mind, that could make you not feel yourself. So I'm sorry, I'm not feeling myself, and I'm feeling a bit, you know, under the weather. I'm feeling really bad. Rosanna, yes, I am in Milan. Yes, and it is my city because it's my mother's city. Ciao, Rosanna. And finally, you're not feeling yourself, and then sometimes, you know, it just gets too much, and then again you'll say, I can't take it anymore, or I can't stand this. I just can't stand it. Enough. You know, that's enough. I can't do this anymore. So lots of expressions here, 10 expressions. We've looked at all idiomatic expressions to deal with that stress when you just, you know, that's just enough. And a lot of it is to do with anger, feeling frustrated, having things on your mind. You know, you've got a lot on your mind, you're not feeling yourself. And so all good expressions that you could use or that you might hear from people. Now, the question is not to use all these expressions, but if you like them, pick a couple and try using them. Or you'll hear someone else use it and you'll know the next time that that's what they're referring to. That's what they mean. Or it could be that you have your own expressions in your own language, and maybe the expression, the similar expression in English, you might want to use and then use it. But the more you read, the more you see this language, you'll find that it starts, you begin to realize what people mean when they say it in English. So there you go, everyone. We've been talking about stress. Well, today, because it's such a beautiful day, I'm not feeling too stressed. Although I do get stressed sometimes when I look at my diary first thing in the morning. I realize that I have so many lessons. I've got so many things. So at the moment, things are quite hectic because I have this, as I say, 6-week program with a number of people. And so I have a lot of deadlines. I have a lot of classes I'm doing, plus, you know, over and above my regular work. So sometimes we all have this, but if it's just for a short-term period, we can manage that. We can deal with that stress. Other times it's not so easy. And also, if you're not feeling very good, maybe you're feeling a bit sick, or maybe you're feeling, not so, 100%. For example, my poor husband is feeling very bad. He's got a ear infection. So if you're not feeling well, then that can add to your stress, because you still have to do things and yet you're not feeling good to do it. So that can make you feel really stressed out, make you feel that you can't cope. Keiko, you're saying, I can't stand it. Is it the same with I can't bear it? Yeah, you can't bear it, you can't stand it. Yes, good. Another good idiomatic expression, Keiko. Thank you. Valeska, you're saying, you talk very clearly. I'd love it if Americans would do the same. Thank you very much. Yes, I try and speak clearly, but thank you. I'm glad you can understand me, that I'm not talking too fast. Sometimes I think I do, but yes, it's all a question of getting used to people's different accents and pronunciation. So, but I'm glad you're able to follow this class. But there you have it, everyone. That's 10 expressions we often use. In fact, I think all of them. Not feeling yourself. I have a lot on my mind. Can't take it anymore. My head's about to explode. I've had it up to here. Yeah, driving me crazy, driving me nuts. She gets on my nerves. He gets on my nerves. And to snap someone's head off. And when you have a lot on your plate. Lots of very good expressions that we use all the time in English. So pick a few, try and include that in your spoken language. As I say, we don't often use them in written English, unless of course you're writing it informally to a friend and saying, that person drives me nuts, or they get on my nerves and I really hate that. But I'd love to know what your techniques are to manage your stress, to de-stress, to relax. Some of you have given me some great ideas. Now, I'm going to love you and leave you here in this class, lesson 38. There is a recording for this, which I will download and put it onto the Facebook page, but I'm then going to upload it and onto YouTube, so you'll get to see the, if you're part of the EWAT community and you've clicked like to YouTube, you've signed up to my YouTube channel, then you'll get to see Wednesdays with EWAT, but you'll also see it on my website, so no problem there. And I'll also attach the post, the lesson of this particular subject, topic on stress, onto the YouTube channel, and also here on the notes, the show notes for this lesson. As I say, I'd like to remind you all, if you haven't joined the EWAT community, then do please, I urge you to do so, because together we can make you feel good, effective, and feel equal and empowered in dealing and in communicating well in English fearlessly and on the same level with English speaking colleagues and clients. And I don't want to ever make you feel, I don't want you to ever feel that you are not equal to everyone else, because you are. And trust me, I've had many of my clients who feel they aren't, and it's not, they will. The question is to find the tools that will make them feel good. So do go visit my website, join the EWAT community. The link is going to be on this page. Thank you so much, Keiko. Thank you, Modena. Thank you, Valeska. Thank you to who else? Fatih, everybody else, Rakesh, who joined the class, Gabriela, who had to leave a bit earlier, anyone else who you didn't join in the comments box, thank you so much. Thank you for joining the live lesson. If you think someone else would benefit from Wednesdays with EWAT, then do that. Let them know about the Facebook page. Tell them to join. Even better, join the EWAT community, and you'll get also your other bonuses like the business idioms, my e-guide, and also my weekly lessons delivered every Friday, which is an audio lesson, and to you. Plus, of course, you get lots of other goodies, and also you'll get access to my ebook, which is my latest ebook that I'm selling, which is Business English Secrets, which some of you know already about. But in the meantime, this is me giving you mwah, mwah, mwah kisses. This is Shanti Kumaraswamy Street, your business English trainer, saying thank you ever so much for your time. Thank you for tuning in to lesson 38. I will see you next week, Wednesday the 27th of September, for lesson 39. And who knows what topic, but if there is a particular topic you want me to talk about, to discuss in these lessons, then let me know and I'll create the lesson around it. In the meantime, thank you so much. Take care, everyone. Have a very good week and see you next week. Ciao for now.